All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first steps in a very, very exciting adventure for all of us. We will keep this pretty short. It'll probably be about a 15-minute kind of briefing session for everyone, just to kind of give you everything you need to know in preparation for it. But not much is going to prepare you for it because it's a pretty amazing experience. I'm joined by Jess Carmody from the King's Narrative, and Tyson and Jess founded the project years ago, so she'll be speaking later on, and then Nikki G from our team who will be joining us out on the trip, who will be setting up the WhatsApp group and helping us out there. A lot of you know each other, a lot of you don't. You will know each other by the end of it, so I'll go through some brief introductions a little bit later on. If everyone can see my screen, you'll see what it's like out there. I believe, Jess, that with now bell tents out there. Is that right?
No, they didn't come in time, so you'll have the same setup.
Well, good, because don't go changing anything. So these are the tents that we have out there, and you have the opportunity to sleep within the tents, or as I like to do on the second night, sleep by the fire. And watch the stars and watch Elon Musk's satellites go over. It's a pretty amazing at night. It's a pretty amazing experience, and what you're going to experience on this trip is truly a once in a lifetime experience. So we just want everyone to lean in and be prepared as possible, but just lean in and understand the land, the community, the culture, which we'll all walk away from. The King's Narrative experience has been carefully crafted by Tyson, Jess, and Kyan, who are the traditional landowners of it. And we first came in contact, I think it was must be about 5 years ago, when the early days of the IMAA, we went out to the Northern Territory and worked out what can we do to support the sector, the community, and the culture. And we looked at a number of things. Everything that the IMAA does within this space, it's got to be tangible, it's got to be measurable, it's got to make an impact. So we looked at and we spoke with Paul Arche, who was one of the elders out there in the Immersion boardroom many years ago, and he spoke about we can do dialysis machines, we can do sponsor children's hospitals in areas, we can sponsor hospitals, we can sponsor communities. But he said there's one person I want you to meet is Tyson Carmody, who he said was a very powerful and special human that he knows, and he was just starting the King's Narrative in the very, very early days. And myself and one of the other leaders went out to the land, went out to Black Tank, and it was I think just in those days, just a tin shed basically, where we sat in there and we spoke, and we had and I was just saying that Jess's son, who was in nappies at that stage, he'll be turning 7 when we're out there. Joseph will be turning 7, so we'll have a little birthday party for a little 7-year-old, which is super cute. But it was the very, very early days, and we said, right, we want to get behind this because we see the impact and the change that it can make to the community. And I'll let Jess talk about it a little bit later on. I'm just going to play a short video now of the last groups and their reflections of the time out there, and I'll give you a bit of feel for what you're going to experience. So I'll play this and let you kind of take their thoughts in.
We're here at Black Tank or Mura, like on our country. Just finishing up a weekend with the IMAA crew, and really, really special weekend. And we want to just sort of present this video just to really welcome and encourage more members to come along and be a part of it, because there's so much to gain for it, not just for us, but for everybody involved.
And just being able to come on country and really lean into some uncomfortable conversations, but for learning, and so that we can do better together moving forward.
People often say, we talk about this, we read about this, but you can't understand it until you experience it and feel it, smell it, feel the sun, feel the wind, feel the flies on your face. Everything needs to be experienced, so you can't do that without being here. So please come along.
Understanding more about ourselves and the history of this great land has just been something that
I'll always forever remember and feel so blessed and fortunate to have had that. This has been something that has been both soul enriching and life changing to understand such a massive part of our heritage and our culture that I would recommend it to anybody. And the lessons I've learned and the deep ingrained country and Australia inside me now, it's just amazing.
I think the narrative that I have been personally brought up with about the Aboriginal culture is just not correct. And what I've learned these couple of days has just been fantastic. I strongly recommend it.
For every business leader to come out here, because it teaches you about how to come out in an environment that you're not necessarily comfortable with, how to interact with people you may not have met, but also how to listen to people. You know, when you're a leader, you're at the top a lot of the time, and you need to be able to listen to underrepresented voices and figure out how to put those in places they haven't been.
I absolutely loved it. Really fantastic to connect to this community and learn more about it. And I think as an industry, we can really do a lot more to support them. This is one of the most profound experiences I've had. And I think if you are a leader thinking about coming on the King's Narrative trip, stop thinking and just book it.
Thinking about coming out here, I highly recommend Tyson and Jess, and Kynan and Jordan are epic people, very welcoming, very accommodating for all types.
I just want to express my complete gratitude to both King's Narrative and the IMAA for this wonderful, wonderful experience. It's confronting, challenging, but it is incredibly rewarding. And the friendships and the allyships that we've built is something that we really treasure. So I would encourage anyone who's thinking about coming along to please do so, because what you then take back to your families and your businesses is a changed narrative, I would say, about what we can do in terms of true reconciliation.
So that'll give you a bit of a feel of what it's like to be out there and what other people experience as well. And again, like I think the point is that you can't really experience, and you'll come back understanding our country, Australia, our First Nations a lot better than you did beforehand. Some of the amazing people that are going to be coming this year, we've got the great Margie Reid. Margie's CEO of Thinkabout, but also an IMAA board member, so she's going to be representing the board this year. Chris May, Jamie as well from Thinkabout, Chris Murdoch, Nick Murdoch, Laura Dodds, Andrea Coles, Stephen Leeds. And Leeds, are you preparing your wardrobe already? We're apparently going to have some fashions on the field.
I'm very distressed, mate. I only have white runners. What am I going to do with all that red sand?
But everyone bought white runners last year.
It's hilarious, Leedsy.
And does linen go okay in the Northern Territory?
You're living the dream.
You just won't have an iron out there in the bush.
Go natural. Okay. Thanks, Sam.
Louisa Patton from Joy, Andrew Dixon, Nexum, Tom Malone from TAP CEO, from TAP Media, Kimberly Hurst. We've also got who's from Go Transit. Derek Wills, the Globe Tropper, is going to be joining us from Cool Media. Elias, I can never pronounce your last name. I do apologise, but I'll give it a go. No, I won't actually. Elias, who I've known for many years from Bliss, will be joining us. The great Jess Miles, Sads, Adam Sadler, who probably most people will know, will be joining us. Cass Gilbert from Reddit will be there. Myself and Nikki G, who will be supporting everyone along the way, and we'll be setting up a WhatsApp group shortly after this meeting, so everyone will be able to communicate with everyone and get to know everyone a little bit before we all arrive next week. Now I'd like to introduce Jess Carmody. Jess is an absolute powerhouse and is representing Tyson and Kynan, who are on land today in a project. I'll hand over to Jess. Jess is a multi-talented human who has got who wears a number of different hats on a number of different days, but she is one of the greatest humans I've ever met, and I'll hand over to her now to take over.
Thank you, Sam. And what about everyone? It's really nice to be here and get to see some of your faces and connect before you guys come out and spend some time on up Murray country with us here in Imbarntua. So yeah, my name is Jess Carmody. I'm a Bidjara woman from Queensland, but I grew up here on Arunda country in Imbarntua. I'm Tyson's husband. I'm Tyson's wife. And yeah, we founded King's Narrative together back in 2021. And we have 5 sons together as well. And you'll get to meet the youngest, Joseph, on the Immersion. He's basically co-facilitating now. He's been on so many of these, so that'll be good. So yeah, a little bit about King's Narrative. King's Narrative was set up to create safe space and culturally safe spaces for men to be able to actually unpack trauma and begin healing and have conversations about trauma and healing. It started out in 2021 predominantly as a counselling service. Tyson is a counsellor and now has a master's in narrative practice as well. And we have grown. We have 5 service areas now. We've got a big team working with Kings. We run programs in justice. We run cultural awareness training. We run Aboriginal leadership development. We still do counselling. We do a lot of on-country cultural programs with men all across Central Australia, the NT, up into like Brood Island. So yeah, we are, I guess, a relatively small team for the work that we do and the impact that we have and create. We're really proud of our model. We're proud to be a for-profit Black business in this sector as well. And yeah, we are 100% Aboriginal employment, and 95 of our programs are delivered for Aboriginal people. There's only 2 programs that we run a year that are for non-Aboriginal participants, and that's with the ARLF, and then also this immersion with IMAA, which we think is really important. I won't give too much away around like what you'll experience out here and the program and the details of the program, because I think that's a big part of the journey and coming out here is leaning in and being curious and being present and yeah, not having all the answers, but actually just going like, you're here to reconnect and to connect with people and to connect with story and to be curious. And there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of unlearning. There will be times that where, you know, the conversations can be uncomfortable, but Tyson and Kyan, they hold space really well. So, you know, we make sure that everyone's feeling safe when we're having those pretty difficult conversations. We ask that people come and trust the process, and I guess to have time to reflect as well. We are in the middle of nowhere, so we are 80 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs on our homelands at Murray, Blacktech. But the country, Tyson will speak a lot about country being the best facilitator and having the ability to hold you and hold space for reflection and self-reflection. And a lot of that will happen throughout the journey as well. And we just encourage people to lean in on that as well. We're really looking forward to having everyone out here. And we love our partnership with IMAA, I think more so because of the importance of storytelling for us as Aboriginal people, for us as King's Narrative. And, you know, a big part of King's Narrative is about becoming the authors of your own story and men being able to be the authors of their own story, but also the ability for Aboriginal people to tell their story and what that looks like and what representation looks like. But I guess also on the other side is you know, for non-Aboriginal people in Australia, what is your role in this? And particularly when you're in the industry of communications and media and marketing and, you know, the influence or the ability to have influence on storytelling, especially about Aboriginal people and Aboriginal stories. And what that truth-telling piece looks like. Yeah, so we're really, really looking forward to having everyone out here. Tyson and Kynan were hoping to join today, but they're unfortunately not back yet, and still out bush. But yeah, we'll spend some time on country on the Friday. For the people that are coming in a bit earlier, you'll actually get to see some of the sites around in Barntour. So we'll go to Simpsons Gap and Stanley Chasm. You'll engage with some other female Aboriginal businesses as well during the program, which will be really, it's good. It's really engaging. You get to try some bush foods, and we have a bit of a paint and sit with No Fix Gallery. There's all the caterings provided, the camp gear is provided. There was a list provided of what to bring. It's really cold here in the mornings at the moment. And at night time it can be quite chilly. So bring warm clothes for the night and in the morning, but during the day, just comfortable sort of clothes to be in and walking shoes, because there is a part of the program where you do a bit of walking. Yeah, then like just your essentials like toiletries and whatnot. Bring a pillow. So we do have pillows, but lots of people, prefer to have their own pillow or a comfier pillow. So we encourage people to bring their own pillow, but if you don't, we do have pillows there. And then, yeah, everyone's provided a tent and a sleeping bag and a swag and all of the essentials for camping. But if you do feel comfortable enough to camp out of the tent near the fire, we encourage that as well. Bring a towel, your medications. There would have been, I'm not sure, Sam, if everyone's filled out the link. I haven't checked this week, but if people have received the link for all of your personal details, dietary requirements, there is a deed that we need people to, like a waiver we need people to sign. And yeah, so then, yeah, if you've got any questions or there's like a little note box in there that you can put, either further information or ask a question in there as well. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away. Is there anything else that I should cover, Sam?
No, look, I think, pack lightly for when we can leave some stuff at the hotel. The only builds on that is that the Friday we're going to see some pretty special sites on the Friday. The Saturday morning we'll get up, we'll do the drive out to Black Tank. It's 2 amazing days there, and then on the Monday we'll have some reflection time. We'll do some workshops. If you are interested in Indigenous artwork and thinking of something for the office or back home, there's opportunities with the No Fix Gallery, and they're pretty amazing. The works that's produced there. So the most important thing is listen, have an open mind. We'll go with the flow, and things might change as we go. But it's and don't be afraid to ask questions. I think that's probably the most important things. The weather as here, it gets low at night, like in the middle of the night, it's quite cold. Again, if you're by the fire, it's not too bad. And in the day it gets to a nice warm 23 degrees, 22 degrees, so in the sun, so it's quite pleasant at this time of the year. Are the flies around this year, Jess?
We've had a freezing winter this winter, so it's been good. They're starting to come out a bit, but they're definitely not horrible. I do encourage everyone to bring a fly net.
We've got fly nets for everyone, so
yeah, we just never know. But yeah, light enough clothing to last you. So warm at night, sort of coolish during the day, like wear maybe pants and a shirt. Closed-in shoes, but bring some slip-on shoes for in the evenings or in the mornings. Water bottle, yeah.
We'll circulate this deck as well, but just we just ask everyone to listen and pay attention and be respectful. If you're going to do any filming, ask for permission first. It's such a special place and a spiritual place. We'll share some stories of our past experience when we get there, and you'll feel it as well. And we'll see some sites. And then finally, we'll be setting up a WhatsApp group shortly later on today, so you'll receive that. So just acknowledge that, and that'll be a way that everyone can communicate, there before and afterwards as well, to share your thoughts as a group, because you will get close to the people that you see on your screen at the moment. This is some of the imagery that we captured last time. from around there. So that's all there is to it, guys. Are there any questions or anyone want to ask anything whilst we're all together? Nope. If you want to shoot us a note or
Sam,
yes,
sorry,
Margie.
I can see there that there's people swimming. Do we bring our bathers just in case we're game?
No, that was from the first trip where we went a little bit out west. So
okay, so no bathers. There's
no
to hear.
bathers.
Nobody needs to see me in bathers, so that's great. Phew.
That's a bit cold.
Unless, Lindsay, you want to bring your bathers and get the tan on whilst you're out there. Just saying. Okay, so if there's no other questions, just call us or email us if you have any questions or any concerns about what to bring or anything you'll need to know. You will be. It is. The chances are you might cry during the experience. You will laugh. You will smile. It will make you happy. It will make you at some point sad. It's confronting. It's sometimes uncomfortable, but it's extremely rewarding, the whole experience. And I'm not personally. Each time that I go out there, there's probably the first time, Jess, I cried probably 3 times, and last time twice. So. We're not doing it for 2 years after this, so we'll be skipping next year. So you're the lucky group for this group. And just any questions, just reach out and ask us. But we'll see everyone with their white sneakers on.
I think Laura has her hand up, Sam.
Laura, sorry.
I do. Thanks, Nikki. Just in terms of flights and arriving at the airport and then transfer to the hotel, are we all traveling together or are we on different flights? Are we meeting at the airport, getting taxis? What's the plan?
Great question. Nikki G.
Yes, I can answer that. Most flights from each state, apart from those who are traveling outside of the Friday day, will more or less arrive at the same time. So the Sydney flights most of us are on will arrive at 12:45. I think the Melbourne flight arrives at 1:55. And the Brisbane might be a little bit different, but yeah, more or less we'll be there. I think Jess has indicated that we'll do a pickup at about 3 o'clock on the Friday. Is that what time you were thinking?
From the hotel?
From the hotel, yeah. Yeah, so it was about 3 o'clock. So we should all we'll make our way to the hotel. We'll get, I think, Sam, you said the Ubers were quicker last time?
We'll just call it when we get there. So Sydney people will I'll be on that, so we'll be able to just marshal each other and organise our transport as a group there. We might share the other states and flights around, just so everyone knows who's going to be, so you can look out for each other. So we might share a slide on that around who's coming in what groups, just so you can get together and then just look for anyone with a pair of white sneakers like we did last year, and it just identifies the media industry.
Sounds good. Thank you.
We'll share some information. Any other questions? Okay, well, if there is, just shoot them through to us. Thank you so much, guys, for leaning into this. It's a really special couple of days you're going to spend, one that you will remember forever. Loretta, have you got any questions?
Sorry, can I just interrupt one more thing? I think Beck had mentioned that if there's any snacks or anything that you want to bring to just for while we're there on at Black Tank, I think, Jess, there's also a little Woolies that people walk to. I think Beck also mentioned as well, just so that everyone's aware of what the lay of the land looks like there. Like there are places where you can get waters, there'll be cafes, I guess that part.
Yeah, so not once we leave Alice Springs is not. But if they wanted to get something the day before, because we'll head out early on the Saturday morning, you're welcome to grab some snacks. It is really well catered for, so I wouldn't worry about like if you're going to go hungry or not. But if you wanted, your own little sort of snacks for the evening or whatnot, you can pack that and bring it. We can hold it in. We have a cold room out at the campsite, so we can hold it in the cold room. So when you're in town on the Friday, I would do that, because the Saturday morning we'll head out really early and get out to Black Tank. And then once we are out there, like it's quite a full-on program. Like I feel like when people, by the time you get to the Tuesday morning, you're like, you're exhausted really, but not, you'll have a lot. It's really big. It's a big program. So you'll feel really full, but you'll, just being mindful to look after yourselves and be prepared for that. So, because once we get out there on the Saturday, it's, we only have a short time together, so we try and get as much as we can done. But yeah, and if anyone has any dietary requirements, if they could just put those in the personal link that is that form, so that we can give that to the caterer as well. And there is, like Sam said, an opportunity to buy art and bush foods on the Monday night, and we really encourage people to do that. And the artwork's absolutely stunning. The last group, they did really well with the art and the bush food. So
bush foods are amazing. Like I think everyone just got as much as they possibly could. Like it was just incredible. You do some sampling of it and you'll taste it all. Margie.
For that, should we bring cash or are there facilities to tap?
Tap, yeah.
Tap. Okay, great. So I know it sounds like a dumb question. Just wanted to ask because I know we'll be out remote.
Yeah. What else?
Jess, sleeping conditions in those tents and wildlife, any tips, anything we should be aware of? Like I've been told, do not leave food in your tents.
Yeah. We won't leave food in the tents. So you're in a swag and you're in a sleeping bag and then you're in the tent. You're quite secure. We have no loud noise after a certain time. So when it's Tyson will say, and Kyan will often say, like, nighttime is quiet time. There's a cultural significance to that as well, and it's about like country keeping you safe. But yeah, I think people come out and they're pleasantly surprised. It's a little bit glamping for us, so it's definitely not the sort of camping setup they have when they're working with the men. And yeah, the sleeping is pretty good. I would just encourage people to bring their own pillow, but I think it's pretty comfy, Sam.
Yeah. And at the end of each day, you're pretty exhausted, so you'll just go to sleep. Don't worry about. I know Jackie might have shared stories about ferocious animals. There's no ferocious animals out there. There was Wiggles a dog that popped through for a little bit, was adorable, and it may have jumped into a tent and ate her melatonin gummies, but everyone survived and everyone's safe.
Yeah, and a part of a cultural practice that when we have visitors, the fire has to stay lit. So Tyson and Kyan actually keep the fire going as soon as you go to sleep, it doesn't go out. So they keep the fire going all night. And they're just sort of up and checking and making sure that everyone's okay. So everyone's going to be safe. And yeah, I think, and that too, like the camping, the days are so big that everyone is like knocked out and they have the best sleep.
And the food is good as well.
Sorry, one quick question. I take it there may not be any coverage for telco. So if you need to contact your family or if you are contactable, what's that scenario like?
Yeah, so you're not contactable. So as soon as we leave Saturday morning, you won't have contact until we're back on Monday. Okay. We do have an emergency sort of setup if need be, but we're really intentional about disconnecting to reconnect. So I would just plan as if you don't have any signal until we're back.
Okay. I'll let my family know if that's all right.
But if there's an emergency, I mean, I'm sure that we can have an emergency number for it.
We have an emergency Starlink. So what we'll do is with the last, I can't remember how we did it last time, but normally there's like a number, we can give you a number of one of the facilitators to give to your family, and then like every night we'll just get the facilitators to quickly check if anything's come through. And that way, if someone does need to reach out to one of you, that they can, and we can get you on the phone to them.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that takes us up to half an hour, which is more. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy your day. We can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks' time, a week and a bit's time. Any questions, just reach out and we'll start circulating some stuff in the WhatsApp group. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much. See you all soon.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Bye.
Well done.